I know it hasn't been that long since my last broadcast, but there was a piece of tin out there that did not want to rip in half. So this being a real pain in the ass. So now I'm back on the saddle. I gotta make sure this thing is working. See how it's snowing now? Isn't that neato? There we go.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Okay. Everything's working.
Find the locations they show and recreate the scenes they depict. We're counting on you, Snake. Commence Deja Vu mission.
Everybody's dressed like they were, well, like the guards in Metal Gear Solid 1 for the PlayStation 1. So in this one, they want me to erase all markings and complete all of whatchamacallits.
Or not.
It's a real pain.
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission. Weapons
And I don't know where they all are, but I could probably find them. But I'm just going to go for the S rank first. And then we're going to figure things out from there. Okay. Yeah, if you have a sheet of corrugated tin roof and you take like a grinding wheel or 10 snips or anything really, and you just go ahead and cut through like one or two of the corrugated ridges, then you can pick the whole thing up from the side that you just cut and tear it like a sheet of paper. It's pretty neato.
Just like old times.
Great. You recreated a scene.
He's imitating the voice of Meryl Silverberg. Who has a paint tattoo of Boxhound logo. Whatever the hell that means. What's the best way to get from hither to thither? Probably going around yonder. Huh, that sucks. When's going to be the last checkpoint?
If you want to finish the mission, head for the goal. I've marked it on your map. If you want to look for those other scenes, go ahead.
Okay, so it has given me the car, the helicopter, and the camera. I was wondering who the hell that was. Who spotted me? Man, it was my fault. In between last recording and this recording, I went out there, there's like a pile of 10. So like one of my former friends came over and he was just like, you know, is there anything that like you and I can do now that we're here? Like I want to help you out because you live like a gremlin. He didn't say that, but I mean, it's true.
Heads up. Like
Figured out some land for a prototype cabin I was going to build. And I ended up abandoning that whole project.
Great. You recreated a scene.
To build my current cabin. But then he was like, is there anything else? And I was like, yeah, actually. There's this there's this like pile of corrugated tin roof out here in like this forested area of where I'm staying. And if I could have access to that, then I would have like a lot more luck with it. And I gave him a shovel, and he tried to he tried to go at it. But there's not only like a ton of dirt on top of it, but I think that dirt sprouted an entire tree in between the last occupants of this land and my current presence here. Like 15 years had passed. And trees do this annoying thing where they grow. So once that happens, you know, all bets are off. So he whacked at it with the shovel for a while, and all he did was break the shovel. He's like, "I'm sorry for breaking your shovel." I'm like, it's like $8. It'll be all right. You can get a new shovel.
That's another scene recreated. Nice work.
Either way, now all I do is rip it. I cut one or two ridges from the corrugation. Cut one or two ridges from the corrugation and rip it like a sheet of paper. It works like a charm. If you ever have to like cut a smaller piece off of some corrugated tin, it works like a charm. Don't sit there and get at it with the tin snips. Don't buy an expensive snipping tool, powered tin snips. Don't sit at it with a grinding wheel for ages. Don't take apart a circular saw so that you can turn the blade around. Literally just cut into like 2 of those ridges. And after you cut into just 2 of those ridges, like, just grab the part you just cut and pull like straight upwards, like perpendicular to the pile of tin. It works like gangbusters, I promise you.
Yes, you recreated another scene.
Either way, I wanted as much of it, so that's what I do. I just cut like 2 ridges, and I want as much tin as possible. And so, since I want as much of that as I possibly can get, I'll cut it as close to the one on top as I can. I'll cut the line as close as I can get it to.
Great. You recreated every scene. Now head for the goal. You can check its location on your iDroid.
And I cut it a little too close so that whenever I was pulling off the sheet that I wanted, it was being real stubborn because there was another little bit of that sheet on top. It was a real pain. So I had to like sit down and have a breather afterwards. And I was like, oh, well, I'm sitting here doing nothing.
Are you feeling okay?
Let me live stream. Let me record. Because the grind set never ends, man. Because the grind set never ends. It's constantly on my grind. you can almost work all day without consequence if you switch from physical task to like mental task to like emotional task, and then like keep switching between those 2 or 3.
It's not over yet.
A little productivity hack for you.
Impressive work, Snake. Mission complete. Is not what I'm here to say.
This
Believe it or
one
not, the real
is a
mission
different
starts here.
quiz. And it's more difficult.
This is not Master Miller. Snake, you're too late.
It's me.
He does a great impression.
Brother.
I think that's Robert Atkin Downs that's doing this quiz.
I'm gonna ask you some questions about
I'm pretty
Metal Gear
sure.
Solid 1. If you answer
Yeah.
all of them correctly,
He does
then
some pretty
and
good
only
impressions.
then do you truly clear this mission.
But the late
I'll
great
even throw
voice
in a
actor that
special
did
bonus.
Frank Yeager and Metal Gear Solid 1, he's irreplaceable.
You didn't think you made it this far by
And
yourself,
the guy that did the Twin Snakes
You'll have to
remake,
solve the rest of this riddle yourself.
he did a swell job. It's just not
These
the same.
questions will test your knowledge of the original Metal Gear Solid from 1998.
You know that David Hayter,
Is hard.
like most of
Get just one
the
question
lines that
wrong,
David
and
Hayter
the mission is
says
over.
as Solid Snake,
There are no
like that's his
continues, my
first
friend.
take.
Don't even
Like,
think
the man's a
about looking
legend.
up the answers
It's ridiculous.
online, or I'll
He had an interview
Ready?
with Joran Lee, and it was pretty
Here
incredible.
we go. Snake!
Pretty incredible to hear that.
Question?
Okay, Stockholm Syndrome.
Correct. Question?
Sniper Wolf. It's level 6.
Correct.
It's
Question?
pretty late in the game. Boss character, Cyber Ninja.
Correct.
Frank Yeager.
Question?
Name of the studio, it was KCE Japan.
Correct.
That one was tough. I think whenever I originally took this quiz, I guessed at it. Otacon Fall in Love with Sniper Wolf.
Correct. Question?
And 45, huh?
Correct. Question?
Because she had a Desert Eagle. It was a Caribou.
Correct. You've got quite a memory.
If you think you'll get the answer out of me,
So
forget
weird
it.
scene.
There isn't even any sodium.
What's the difference
pentothal
between
here.
caribou and reindeer?
Question?
It was 5 because the 4 invisible ones ended up on the elevator with Snake,
Let's finish this. Have at you,
and
Snake.
Otacon had the last one.
Question?
That was permissive action link. I thought it was permissive access link, but apparently I was wrong.
All correct. Excellent job.
So I just went to the
I'll give
one
you
that was
special
closer to the
bonus
one that I
promise
thought.
later. Something to look forward to. I enjoyed it myself. Thank you.
All he says is, so the man does live up to the legend. You're pretty good. Just what I'd expect from the man with the same code as the boss. Just in case you can't hear the game audio. That's all he says during that block scene. I don't know why they block it. Oh, I get to professionally kill rodents. Like Lyle Rath. Except not with a belt. Lyle Rath is the host of Pre-Game Discharge on YouTube, and he's often on Oni Plays. And apparently he lived in like a garage for a while, and it was just filled with rats, and he killed like a zillion of them, which is exactly like the way that my buddy Matt Fritz used to live. But that was because he lived behind Fast Eddie's Chicken. It's not a nice neighborhood, at least it wasn't at the time. So next time I'm gonna have to do fastest completion. Fastest completion? That's stupid. And I'm gonna have to look up where the markings and logos are. And where the rodents are. Because I don't know. I don't have it all memorized. So I know one of them's on the helicopter, and that's a dirty trick. One's on the roof of one of the buildings. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna get out there and put more 10 on the side of the cabin. I don't have too much more to go. I'm just covering like the ridge. You know how like a cabin, well, you know how like most roofs are shaped like a upside down V? Well, the roof of my cabin is shaped the same way, but like whenever you do that, it kind of like, I can cover the top of it now, but like the middle of it, this pyramid here, I've got to cover that with 10. You know what I mean? Anyways, I gotta go get back to doing that. Talk to you later.